We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Washington football team. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Now here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. At their own 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Heineke. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Micah Parsons racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Heineke. And he's going to go down. He backed out into the end zone, and this is going to wind up with safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. Deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, Heineke. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And now the rookie's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
So the Cowboys now bringing the offense out there to go for 2. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder, Jamin Davis. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, again. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football.
They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught on the right side at Smith. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And some room to roam now. There's the stiff arm. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Heineke again. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's brought 11.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. God, it's Heineke. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. On 2nd and 7, Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A first down carry by Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. How about Jonathan Allen there, pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Prescott now. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! DK Metcalf hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point. That'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Prescott. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On third down, Heineke. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be brought down with the first down, and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal. A handoff for Gibson. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll go. It's Gibson. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. And that last throw, folks, one to remember. That moves him past Peyton Manning's mark of 5,477 yards thrown for in 2012. So this is the all-time record now for yards passing in a single season.
Cue the confetti, right? And knowing him, you know he'll pass the credit along to his receivers, his offensive line, his coaching staff. But let's face it, we have to acknowledge what a season he's had, and that can't be denied.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now he's flushed out left. He's got the connection to Cooper.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Elliott. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those two in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, that is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Zerline now for the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Heineke on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now stands at 13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with them down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 21. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack on first down, Prescott escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on 4th down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Heineke to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
At the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Heineke off to Thomas on the left side. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. He's at the 30. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
Getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Elliott a 1st down and more. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
To throw is Heineke.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by the rookie, Kelvin Joseph.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is...
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of the time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
And this is caught. Touchdown. A Cooper with his third touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Play action now. Here's Heineke.
Flushed out right. And he will find his man Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And they'll throw again. Heineke.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Heineke now.
And we see another.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft and spot.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. William Jackson with a pick. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position,
When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
This will be caught at Samuel. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
They go play action. Now Heineke. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Elder. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here. Yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this is caught.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
52 the mark, boys. 52. Let's go, D.
Here's Prescott. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
To throw is Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Elder.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Cowboys 50, Washington 39.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Back to it after the pick six. Prescott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
At the 26-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go to Elliott again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
96 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Prescott now from the 50. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing, Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Got a man. It's Brown. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Heineke. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke.
This will be caught by Brown. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Going for it all. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 15.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play here for Dallas.
But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
Now Prescott. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing here, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, try to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
4th down, Prescott. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and